Voltamos com o programa Retratos, hoje conversando com Hreljac, que desde a infância trabalha para que pessoas possam consumir água potável. Ryan, falávamos sobre o Jimmy, que acabou se tornando seu irmão. Hoje, braço direito na fundação, é isso?
Yes, Jimmy helps volunteer with the foundation now.
Como é o trabalho da Fundação hoje? De que forma ela atua? Que tipo de trabalho essa fundação se dedica?
Well, the foundation is 13 years old. I helped found the foundation when I was 10 years old. And the main idea behind our foundation is that we're trying to provide clean water for as many people as possible. We try to do our projects in a few selected areas around the world. A lot of our work is in Africa, but we also do work in Haiti. And we try to make our projects as sustainable as they can so they have a lasting impact. And we've been able to create a very good system over the past 10 years of getting very good quality, efficient work done for just a little bit of money. So we're very happy with the work we've done.
E qual a meta, o objetivo para os próximos anos? Quando você vê a história, né, o que já foi conquistado, o que você prevê para o futuro?
Well, when I was a kid, my goal was to bring clean water to the entire world. And I like to think that the foundation's goals are also naive, but we also try to be very practical and efficient with how much we'll be able to do. So this year, depending on how much money we can fundraise, we hope to complete another 50 projects. But we will wait and see how much we can fundraise and how we can go about that.
As pessoas têm abraçado a ideia?
People have engaged the idea because when I was a kid there wasn't anything special about me, and now that I'm an adult I'm only one small part of the foundation. We have volunteers and people who support and fundraise for Ryan's Well all across the world, and we're only able to exist because of many ordinary people playing a very important role in helping fundraise and helping keep the foundation going and allowing us to continue the work we do.
E há voluntários também no Brasil?
A couple, not too many yet, but you never know.
Mas há também um planejamento, uma iniciativa para que você atue aqui no Brasil, a Fundação?
Well, right now we're focused in 5 countries. We're focused in 4 African countries: Uganda, Burkina Faso, Togo, and Ghana, and we do work in Haiti. Where we do work is where we have good relationships with partners, where our NGO partner affiliate, we can be very comfortable with the work that we do, that they follow a rubric and a procedure that has the well done in a manner that makes it sustainable and it involves the community, and it has a lot of criteria that needs to be put in place. Where we select the work we do, we have to have a good relationship with the partner before we commit to a long project. So it depends, and we can only fundraise money for so much, and there's so much work to be done all around the world. In terms of clean water, the need is everywhere. So as of yet, we haven't done any work, but in the future, you never know what may happen.
E em 2000, você e sua família visitaram o local onde o poço foi perfurado, né? O primeiro poço. Como é que foi essa experiência para você, conhecer um outro país com hábitos totalmente diferentes, saber que essa experiência mudou a vida de tanta gente? Como foi reencontrar, né?
It was a little bit crazy at first because I remember going to the school where the well was built, and there was a huge celebration. Everyone from the surrounding communities came, and there was a feast and dancing and a celebration because they had clean water, which amazed me at first, and I was so happy to be there. And then actually I was very lucky. I was able to go to school for a week when I was at Angola. So I went to school every day with Jimmy was my classmate. And I remember we went to school and we learned, and then we played soccer at lunchtime and we hung out. And I think the one thing I realized was that I thought that it was very different between Canada and Uganda. I thought there would be big differences, big cultural differences, but at the end of the day, the kids that were at Angola Primary School were the same as the kids back at my school in Canada. They were kids who wanted to have fun, learn, and go to school, and I think it was shocking how similar we were, and it was great to realize that at a young age.
Esperava ser tão bem recebido?
I was surprised that water meant so much, that it was that important to the point that you're willing to have a celebration that allows you to go to school. And I think it still surprises me to this day. Yeah.
O que mantém você motivado? O que faz você não desistir?
It gets harder as you get older, actually. I'm not as naive as I was at 6, and you have to open your eyes to the big problems of this world. And you grow up, and you have to worry about yourself sometimes. You have to be, oh, I have to get a job, I have to do this, I have to do that. But I think at its essence, that the basic point of Ryan's Well and the work we try to do is, I try to remember back to when I was in grade 1 and I took 10 steps to get to the water fountain. And it's not like that for everyone. And it's hard to, because it's easy to take for granted when you can have water every day and you don't have to give it a second thought. But I try to remind myself, and it was something that really connected with me and I felt passionate about. So I have to remind myself that every time I have a drink of water from a water fountain. And I think it is important to do that when you find something that you're passionate about, to always reconnect and remind yourself.
Nós, aqui no Brasil, nós estamos vivendo um dos piores momentos de seca. A falta de água para muitas pessoas, os mananciais secos pela falta de chuvas. Como você vê toda essa situação, né? Você que está aqui no Brasil, você esperava ver isso em algum momento da sua vida?
It's something you wouldn't expect, but water issues and droughts are becoming more prevalent not only in Brazil, but around the world, in the United States even. And I think it goes to show that water is something that we cannot take for granted and we have to take seriously before it becomes a problem.
E como levar essa mensagem, como fazer com que as pessoas também abracem a ideia, né?
In terms of water conservation and in terms of how we treat water, I guess we can do two main things. The first is in our own lives to take care of water and better conserve it in terms of taking shorter showers and using full loads of laundry and very basic things. And at a second level, I think what is important is to understand people in positions of power and people in government who deal with water to understand that water is something that the communities value and it's something that should be a universal right and that should be protected and that should be maintained and that isn't taken for granted until it is too late.
E a Fundação se dedica a esse tipo também de trabalho, de conscientização? Como é a atuação?
We have a few different education programs that we use, and that enables teachers to incorporate water issues into the curriculum to teach students about water and about how important it is. Yes.
E para você, se cada um fizer um pouquinho, o resultado ele acontece. Cada um ele é responsável. Ele pode mudar alguma coisa?
Absolutely. I think that. The only people that really change the situation are ordinary people, ordinary citizens. And when I first started my project with fundraising money, there wasn't anything too special about me, but the fact that I was able to mobilize the people around me who were also ordinary, was able to create something bigger than myself. And I think that's important to realize when you want to impact politics, impact the world, impact the environment, impact something that you care about, that you are able to see past yourself and really try your best to connect, and even if it's lofty.
E as crianças também, elas são um caminho para isso, estimular as crianças a aderir a esses hábitos, a ter essa consciência desde cedo. Isso é uma ferramenta?
Children have an extraordinary power and I think are undervalued in a lot of different places around the world, and they're the potential to see things as they are through the eyes of a child, I think, is very, very important. So I think it's incredibly insightful to take children seriously and to realize that when we become adults, that we think like children sometimes. And I know with my work volunteering with Ryan's Well, the one thing that keeps me going is to remind myself of what I thought when I was a kid. My teachers and my parents and everyone told me that the classroom was fair and that everything was just. And then when I heard that that wasn't the case, that there was kids who weren't able to go to school, I called my parents and my teacher out and I said, wait a minute, you told me everything was fair and it's not the case. So if you teach children good morals and to care about each other and to be fair, you shouldn't be surprised if kids act like that. And I think it's one important thing to remember as we all grow up.
E que bom que seus pais te levaram a sério também, até porque o sonho, né, de transformar tantas histórias começou na infância.
Not only my parents, but my brothers and my entire community. I wouldn't have been able to come nearly this far without the support of so many different people in my community, because there wasn't anything special about me. So it was very nice to see that something ordinary could become extraordinary.
Hreljac é quem conversa conosco hoje no programa Retratos. A gente continua esse bate-papo daqui a pouquinho, a gente vai para um rápido intervalo, em instantes a gente está de volta, fique por aí.